Hey everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Thursday, Mosh Pit. We did have another video across 3,000 likes, which now puts us only 6 away from the like streak goal of this Invicta challenge, which I'm looking forward to as well as having that on the YouTube save file. And also, I think I might end up playing Eden just because I just want to add a little bit of spice to it, a little bit of flavor. So here's your meme of the day / congratulations of the day here, submitted by Dry Painting 3454. Title thread was just married, and then in the thread they also said, after a long, emotional, and fulfilling day, we had to end with the newest Invicta video with our DoorDashed Mickey D's in our hotel room at 2:30 in the morning. Thank you, Invicta, for being a part of our nightly routine, even on the wedding night. That is just awesome, and I am so humbled and honored to be just a part of the wedding. That's a first for me. That really is. We've had babies being born in the mosh pit, and there's an Invicta episode right there, but never a just married one. So congratulations, Dry Painting, to you and your spouse. That is so awesome and wholesome that you share that with us and allow us to kind of peek into your life a little bit. And congratulations. That's very cool. That's a great way to start off my day. So thank you very much for sharing that with the mosh pit. Seed day is going to be Foxtrot Bravo Papa Charlie, Zero Delta Quebec Foxtrot. We've got, did we pick up, when did we get Eden's Blessing yesterday? Am I misremembering that? Did we get Eden's Blessing on yesterday's run? Because I don't recall that. We didn't re-roll, or maybe we did get Eden's Blessing, and I might just be misremembering it. I mean, yesterday was such a whirlwind of items that we saw that I could have swore that we picked up. Did we pick up Eden's? Oh, hang on. Now I'm gonna do something I've never done before. I'm gonna look at the video of yesterday's episode, and just see, because I'm gonna mute it though, just because I don't want any weird overlapping video here. We did pick up Eden's Blessing. Yeah, it was after Marrow. Okay. What floor did we get that at? It was on floor... Now I'm just curious. Flooded Caves 1. We picked it up on Flooded Caves 1 in the item room. Huh. I learned something new. I did not realize that. Yeah, Foxtrot Bravo, Papa Charlie, Zero Delta Quebec, Foxtrot. We get Abel. Not that it mattered, because we got Abel from it, so I guess thanks, Eden's Blessing. Along with Blood Bombs, which is, not great, but compared to yesterday, I mean, nothing's going to hold in comparison. There's a double tinted rock right here, as you can see that dark X that I'm firing on right now. This, I'll stop moving for a second so you can zoom in on your cell phone or whatever. You can see the dark little Ninja Star X that's right here. That is a double tinted rock. We know it's a double one because the single one would be on the bottom left-hand side of that rock, not the right side. And obviously we have no idea how much HP we have, so we got to be very cautious here. But Abel is going to be a little bit of a problem, mainly because it's going to shoot back at us, and there's a reason why Abel is just not good. Having him. Well, you just saw it right there. He shot that bomb without me even trying. And all I was doing was trying to extinguish his fire. Now, the fun part is that we still are 1 cent short for the 4.5 volt, which I do want. So surely we're going to get that last cent, right? Right? This is also a big problem here with Abel and fighting Gemini. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to target Little Gemini first. Because what Abel does, what Abel will do is the same thing that Little Steven does, which is just shoot stuff from the back, and then that propels them forward towards Isaac and creates all kinds of problems. We almost got hit there. But our damage, our tears rate is very good to start with anyway. It's better than average for tears. Our damage is god awful though, and our shot speed is okay, 0.98. I'm not going to complain about that. Our movement speed is a little bit lacking. So I'm really giving it a go here to try to DPS down Little Gemini, not Big Gemini, because again, I don't want to face Clown Physics with Abel here. So this is not a great start. Now, we could use Blood Bombs, which there is a half heart in there, but the problem is that I don't know how much HP we have left. And I also kind of don't remember if Blood Bombs takes a full heart or a half heart. So, yeah. If Isaac has no bombs, can place down for a half heart. Okay, so that's good. Thank you, external information mod. I do love that you can scroll with your arrow keys here. I don't know what the command is for controller, but you can scroll on external information mod. We do get a tears up, which is great. So let's go back and get. We just need 1 cent. The 4.5 volt is going to be instrumental in helping us here. Super secret room's here. And okay, so we get bombs, which is good because now what we can do is we can get that double tinted rock, and this did also give us that cent that we wanted for 4.5 volts. So good. This is going to kill our movement speed, but we need damage right now. This is one of the times where I will say that we're throwing a little bit of caution into the wind by taking small rock here in favor of a little bit of worrying movement speed here. But the damage that we get from small rock is going to be big. So I am actually going to go into the curse room. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay a blood bomb. Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. We have bombs. Well, now we have lots of bombs. I know that we're not on a half heart because we would have seen a E-puddle come out there. But I'm going to use the bombs here to go and destroy double tinted rock. We do get a soul heart, so I don't know if we're on red heart damage or not. Now, here's the tricky thing, is that I don't know where our secret room is. It could be here. If it's not there, it could be, I guess, north of this room. This is a very, very, very weird floor. Can't be there, then it's got to be over here. Because it ain't south of the curse room, I can tell you that. Brother, I have no idea. They give us one of these weird ones right off the secret room? Okay. Or the sacrifice room. That is a very nasty spot for the secret room, but what can you do? A very wonky start here between having to go check yesterday's VOD to see where in the world did we get Eden's Blessing. I just didn't notice it yesterday because I was just so blown away by how crazy that luck was. So going on to last week's question of the episode here that came in from the not from that one. It came in from the Sack Room Shuffle episode. There it is. This one was submitted here by, I'm going to say Lulwix or Lulwix, who said, question of the episode, if cards would work the same way that pills do, as in you have to use them blindly before getting to know what card they are, would you use them or would you avoid them like pills? If you were to take them, then why? I would use them because there would be no consequence, no permanent consequence in your stats. So taking blind cards to me is not that big of a deal. Now what I will say though is the reverse cards, like the reverse temperance card or something like that. That card does have very significant, possibly game-changingly bad effects. So to amend what your question is asking, would I take blind cards? Yes. Would I take all blind cards? No. I would 100% skip the reverse cards. So no reverse stars cards, no reverse lovers cards or anything like that, because that could actually be devastating to your run, and that would be essentially no bueno. So it's not going to happen. But regular cards, yeah, there's no reason to skip those. Even if you get okay, so hypothetically speaking, what is the worst tarot card that you can think of that would be bad in order for you to take? And I'm not talking about the reverses. I'm strictly talking about the regular tarot cards. Probably the Tower card, maybe. Tower card is probably considered to be one of the most dangerous because if you don't have the movement speed, you just kind of bomb yourself and that's it. Now, take that. Let's hypothetically say it's the Tower card. I guess technically, really, if you think about it, it could be the Emperor card too. That could be very dangerous. But take the most dangerous tarot card. Let's say Emperor, because obviously if you get taken to the boss and you're not ready for it, that could kill you. Or let's say the Tower card, if you don't have the stats, that could also kill you. Okay, so one of those two, you pick. Take the most dangerous scenario of the worst tarot card possible. Now, take that and apply that to... I would take both of these here. I should have used Strength card. Oh well. Apply that to the same logic for pills. What's the most dangerous pill that you can take? Health down, bad trip, speed down, tears down. Think of how debilitating that is for your run. And then tell me which one would be more dangerous to take blindly. Of course, you're going to say the pills. Right? Most of the tarot cards either do nothing permanent for Isaac or just give nothing but positive stuff. I mean, even if it's a temporary buff like Strength card, for example, or the Empress card. Now, the reverse ones are, on the other hand, that's a totally different ball game. And again, there is no reason to take a blind reverse card. I think that is being very foolish and reckless. Speaking of foolish and reckless, I'm going to go into the boss trap room here. I'm going to purposely take damage because I want to get into the boss trap room and hope, oh my gosh, hope that there's a speed upgrade in here or something. Yeah. I mean, it's range and luck. It's fine. We still get a move. We still get a soul heart. So our damage is very excellent, especially now with Lusty Blood and Bloody Lust. We actually skip out of here, but I'm not going to. And you may have noticed that we just got another full charge on the shovel here, because. Oh, wow. Because we are doing so much damage to kind of tanky bosses early on, so that's giving us a really easy way to fully charge our spacebar items, and yeah, I think we just keep on going. I don't care about telekinesis, so this is working. I'm still a little corn fuzzled by what happened yesterday. That run was something else, man. Even Alex was like, okay, and I was like, see. He was like, that's a crazy run, and I was like, see. He was like, see. We high-fived. Building off of what I was talking about yesterday, you know, I'm very, very happy and proud to be working with the select few people that I do work with. You know, Alex being an integral part of the team, and by team I mean it's just me and him. There's, you know, now if I want to include the band stuff, then of course Mark is on the team, and you know, I do pay my mod Limiting Zero. He helps out with the Patreon stuff. Okay, got him. I saw a fruit fly. I had to assert dominance once again. But yeah, Limiting Zero helps out with the Patreon stuff and keeps it organized for me. He does all the names and stuff that you hear. Wow, we got another soul heart. I'm lucky to be surrounded by the people who help me. Not as lucky as yesterday's run, but that's close. Maybe that's sort of an extension of the Invicta luck lately. I mean, this run, if you look at it, has been pretty dang lucky too. We got two very solid Devil Deal items that's going to help us early on. They synergize very well with the 4.5 volt, which we normally, if you really think about it, we normally don't have any ability to take a premium item on floor 1. And not only did we take a premium item, but it's a good one in 4.5 volt. So we're looking strong here. Now, I will say that I do hope that we get some movement speed. Obviously, movement speed is kind of a doo-doo stat right now. I am going to use a shovel here to guarantee that we can get a crawl space. So what we should do, we should see if there's a way to get a crawl space inside of the mob trap room, and there is. So we can use. You see these. Like whatever this is on the ground, or even this bone over here, as long as you use the shovel on something that's on the ground that isn't ground texture, it will guarantee you a crawl space. And that was one of their answers to make the shovel a little, or it's called We Need to Go Deeper, but you know what I mean, the shovel. To make it a little bit more appealing. Is there a greed fight in here? No. Okay, so we get Birthright, and Birthright's going to give us some random items. This is really, truly going to test to see how lucky we are lately. I am going to use the Strength card in here. So, wow, we got a Hierophant card, too. Strength. Birthright gives a... Oh! I can't not take it, you know? Poly freaking Femus. This is... Dude, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. Now this is like the exact opposite reaction of what we had last week, which was, you know, like everything is... We're in destitute here. We are hurting. We are in pain, suffering. Now it's like, we're feasting. I don't know. I'm down for it. After what this month has put me through, I'm down for it. I think the Mosh Pit's down for it as well. Could use a nice reprieve. Wow, even get Parasitoid. And yeah, Glowing Hourglass is good, but Parasitoid's better. Parasitoid helps us get way out of control. The Soul Heart here, it's good. Check to see what's in here. And we get Black Candida, which I will take. Jumper Cables is also not bad. We can definitely swing the 7 cents somehow. But obviously our damage is going to be absolutely nutty because of Polyphemus. We get a damage multiplier. We get the pass-through damage, the pseudo-piercing as I like to call it. I'm going to bomb this Charge Beggar here because we don't need a full charge and we actually need the money more. So we can get the Jumper Cables. Yeah, this is bonkers to the nth degree here. We're just getting started too. So I'm going to use Polyphemus there to knock back Chubb right at the last second. She was definitely going to hit us there. You're seeing how slow we are in comparison to just regular Chubb. Imagine that was yellow Chubb. A range upgrade, which is to be expected, but yeah, I'm down for this. People have been asking me, have I seen the Metallica Fortnite collab? Yes, I have. I will probably reinstall Fortnite just to get the skins or whatever, and then never play the game. Like, I played Fortnite, like I've got a couple of wins under my belt, but like Fortnite's an okay game. There's nothing wrong with it. I just think that I feel like for me personally, like I can't get into battle royales anymore. And I wasn't really ever into them really. I mean, like they're cool games. It's a neat genre, but like those games get too sweaty after a while, man. Like it's like it goes from being real fun at the beginning to like, okay, someone no-lifed this, and now we're fighting someone who's got like 2,000 more hours of this game than we do. You know, I'm looking at you, Tarkov. And for me, Fortnite was like kind of like Fortnite was fun in the early stages, and I played Fortnite before it turned into a battle royale. I'm talking about like the old Fortnite. Me and Force were playing that, Force Strategy Gaming, and we were like, man, this game sucks. We're like, we wanted it to work so bad because we were just so tired of Warframe at the time, but man, we're like, yeah, this game's got some work to do. It's bad. Seagram might be here. I was stunned that we that the the friggin' hallowed ground ended up moving our bomb away that I planted. Sumptorium too, man, oh man. I mean, do we go with Sumptorium? I think we kind of have to, right? It does suck that we're on Soul Heart HP, but we get off of Soul Heart HP, it's over. I mean, this one might already be over. I'm gonna get pretty aggressive here with the Soul Heart, so it's just playing a nickel game, but you know, gonna get pretty aggressive with the Claudies and the Soul Hearts here. We need to slow our roll though, because obviously we've got a Devil Deal coming up. I'm hoping that we get a Red Heart upgrade. Sumptorium is going to take a half Red Heart or half Bone Heart, which don't exist, or a half Soul Heart, and turn them into Claudies, which you see right there, and they essentially are just Incubus. They're just Incubus, but you can get as many of them as you want, up to like 20. Pentagram here and a Krampus fight. That's super duper great. Super great. Super awesome. We get a lump of coal. We'll finish off that Black Soul Heart. We'll head on down. All right, so we got a Hermit card. We can teleport out of here, or just do it anyway. I will take this Tears upgrade because we absolutely need it. Still going to go in here, though. Get Diplopia, which is not going to really do anything for us here. I'm happy that we have Spectral Tears again. I say again because obviously yesterday we had Spirit of the Night, which was very nice. Spirit of the Nice. There was some kind of pun there. But I mean, with this many shots that we're firing with our Clot Gang, on top of us having Poly freaking Femus and Parasitoid, we're going to do some stellar work on this run. Now again, much like yesterday's run, it will be a shock if we end up somehow getting Boss Rush out of this run. I think this run is significantly weaker than what we were seeing yesterday. Another Soul Heart there. 2 Soul Hearts, man. Well, I'm going to turn them into Claudies. Super Secret Room is here. Okay, yeah. Boss Rush is absolutely not happening on this run, which is fine. I could push these chests to the bottom, but I don't care that much. We get Miosotis, which is going to take stuff on the ground and bring it with us to the next floor, so we'll take that. Aegis is going to get absolutely bodied. We do finally get an HP upgrade, which is that is a dream come true right now. That's GG right there. No, we do not get rid of this Red Heart. This Red Heart's way too valuable right now. I could go and go damage something with the 4.5 volt, but by the time we make it all the way across the map and come back here, we could have just sat here. So I was gonna make these 2 extra clots, and then we're gonna head on down. But this is it's great to see Sumptorium. I mean, I don't remember the last time that we actually utilized Sumptorium in a run, and this one's looking like it's gonna be spicy. So there you go. There's all the stuff they have on the ground. Not all the stuff, but it brings up to 5 things on the ground. Blister, whatever. Take a Celtic Cross. Celtic Cross is going to give us a chance to get a shield every time we take damage. It doesn't always go off, but when it does, it's a beautiful day. More Soul Hearts just Non-stop soul hearts here just being fed to us. I don't trust the spike because the Claudies got behind it. Okay. Sometimes the Claudies like to try to rush towards Isaac and they end up pushing the spike a little bit. Which I don't really appreciate Claudies, but oh, Abel, don't you ever do that. You see what our clock gang's doing right now, Abel? That's what you wish you could be. So what you need to do is just not do anything anymore. You were never needed on this team, and you know your way out, right? Okay, we can have security find it for you. No, it's quite all right. Thanks for coming. So we definitely would not have made boss rush here with all these dead ends, but you know what? This amount of damage, who cares? We would have absolutely smoked boss rush. We would have smoked the boss rush. Boss rush. I'll come back here and get that soul heart, or get that heart in a second. We're doing so much damage, we're like instantly charging up some thorium. I'm gonna take the full card, even though we're not gonna go into boss rush. We still may use it for a challenge room or something. Oh my gosh. If only we had movement speed. That's the real kicker. Yeah, I mean, we might as well go fight her. I'm gonna take the Polaroid. I don't know about a victory lap though, but take the Polaroid for more damage just because of Polyphemus. Not that we wouldn't be able to do a victory lap, of course. It's kind of like, man, that's like we're already beating the game down. Of course, the only final way that we didn't go is the only way that I actually care about, which is straight to the shop. But I am going to take this half heart, give ourselves another thorium Claudie, although we just picked up another one, which wasted it a little bit, but that's okay. We're still going to be able to get 2 more clots out of this. Gotta represent the Clot gang. Clotty gang. Clotty gang. We could take we could take Pandora's box down and give us 2 boss items, which potentially could give us a movement speed upgrade, but at this point we do so much damage that, like, even if we're slow, we're gonna just destroy everything. We get another 80% Devil Deal chance thanks to the pentagram. Huh. I don't think Greed knew what happened. Greed was there and then he wasn't. How did we miss that chest? Bodies, I'm not gonna lie, you guys are making this very difficult to see where we're standing. But we love you. You know, this is the room that, like, people ask me frequently, like, what's your most hated room? That room right there. I absolutely, with every ounce in my body, hate that room. And it just murdered all of our clock gang. Take an Emperor card. A bone heart. We could turn that into a bone Claudie, but I'd rather save it for a Devil Deal. Super Secret Room might be here. It is. No, you don't understand. Thank you. You're not catching the drift here. You're not welcome here. Not sure what happened to Skull-X there. He got a little confused, but you know what? That's his fault. Oh, you know what? It was from Blister. That's what it was. Could take Perfection, but I'm not gonna. Contract from below. Yeah, I guess I'll take it. Yeah, I guess I'll take it. There's no reason not to. It's only going to give us double drops, so and we don't lose anything by taking it. Secret room should be here. How'd you know that, Sinvicta? Well, Cletus, I've seen that room thousands of times at this point. Whenever you see this room, it's separated by these two blood clots there, and it's facing a wall that could potentially house a secret room, it is almost always going to be there. That is like one of the highest percentage walls that I can think of. I mean, we don't even have piercing shots, and it just looks like we do because of Polyphemus. Remember, we have jumper cables too, so every 15 kills we get is going to just give us more charges. Hang on, Sinvicta, how'd you know the super secret room was there? Again, Cletus, I've seen this room hundreds of times. If you look at this sort of like, kind of looks like a dude with a mustache wearing lipstick, doesn't it? Like, it looks like something out of Lisa. Anyway, like, tell me this doesn't look like a face right here. Kind of spooky, isn't it? Anyway, if you look at this room here, and it kind of has like an arrow pointing down towards this wall, especially with this line coming down the middle, which is like, you know, this is what I'm considering part of the man's face in between his eyes there. Very spooky room. Seeing faces where faces don't exist. Of course, I'm going to give a reminder to everybody that tomorrow I'll be appearing on the Geekenders podcast with Jesse and Dodger, a.k.a. Press Heart to Continue, a.k.a. Dex Bonus. I've been friends with for many, many years of my content creator career. I'm getting a haircut. Actually, technically, by the time this video goes out, I would have already gotten a haircut. At least I hope, anyway, because I will be on camera. I'll be using my camera. So yeah, so come on by. I want it to be a big show. I want them to have me back on and see that, you know, the shows that I did with the co-optional podcast were always like some of the most popular ones. Not necessarily because of me, but like a lot of the mosh pit came from that community, and they stuck around after being introduced to me from TB. So I want to keep that momentum into the Geekenders podcast. I mean, they're already established. Obviously, I'm not doing them a favor; they're doing me a favor. It's just going to be great to catch up with Jesse and Dodger. Okay, let's stop with the soul suckers. All they're trying to do is just snipe our Claudies right now, and I'm not having it. It'd be great to catch up with both of them. I haven't really spent one-on-one time with either one of them in quite a while. I mean, I'll go into Dodger's chat to go talk to her and watch her. I'll lurk in her chat sometimes, and of course I watch Jesse, you know, whenever I can. I never get to really talk to him, you know. Like, I've talked to Jesse on the phone a few times during our years of friendship, but it was never like a, you know, like, hey man, like, what's going on? You know, like, it was just like, hey, I'm here at the convention. Where are you at? You know, we've had a couple of serious conversations, but nothing groundbreaking. From the days of Team... Did we not take the negative? I could have swore we took the negative. Dude, between me not remembering Eden's Blessing and me not taking the negative, I could have swore that we took the negative there, brother. Could have sworn that we did. Well, I'm not going to leave it on that one, even though I was packed up, ready to go. I thought that we were going to get a victory lap out of that. I didn't even want to do a regular Isaac. I was trying to do greed. Whatever. Today is wonky Thursday. Yahar N2S. So we're playing just regular old Isaac. I think it's probably time that I go get something to eat because I think my brain is running on fumes today. Sinvicta is no longer here. He's been replaced by a dark Sinvicta. Call him Vinsicta. Vinsicta. Luckily I haven't been sick. But yeah, I was just going to do a greed run and then just hit the space bar instead of going to the greed run first. That's what I get for being just being kind of hungry today, but also a little bit tired. Whatever. We'll play as just regular Isaac, I guess. How long has it been since we played as regular Isaac? Well, here's the seed. Again, Yahar N2S, which is the name of my pirate metal band coming up. Which I've never really like understood the appeal of pirate metal. And yes, there are bands out there that do pirate metal. Ailstorm is the only one I can think of off the top of my head, and I've listened to them. And it's like, it's nothing spectacular. No, you know. For me, I kind of just like all those kind of like, I don't want to call them gimmick bands because like that sounds disrespectful. All of those non-traditional metal bands sound kind of the same to me. Whether it's because they have a violin or they have like really, really high synths, or it's just like they've been mixed really, really weird. Like European metal does that a lot. Like Finnish metal and Swedish metal and stuff, where it's just, you can just tell by the sound quality. It's like, it's not bad. It's just that it's mixed and mastered differently than what I'm used to hearing from like American bands. And I'm generally just not a fan of them. I don't know what it is. It's either the sounds or like I can't get into the vocals, or you know, the music is always great, but specifically speaking about pirate metal, I'm just like, I don't get it. Not my cup of tea. Of course, I'll never hate on someone who does like something I don't. I'm just saying, for me personally, I'd rather listen to any other type of metal. I've heard lots of types of metal. Maybe we have 9 bombs, so we can go try it out here. But yeah, so surprise, we're playing as regular Isaac, which was not intended, at least not in a regular run. But we got the D-Sizzle, we got all base stats here, and we're just gonna have a nice, relaxing second run, right? Right? I can't believe I forgot the negative. I could have swore I got the negative, man. As soon as I'm done, as soon as I get done recording this episode, I'm gonna go back and look at the footage. 'Cause I could have swore that I got it. I was really looking forward to dominating with that, with Suntorium and all those Claudies, but oh well. I think I went into the Devil Deal thinking that I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna come back out and grab the negative. I could have swore I did though, man. Like I swear to God I did. Or either that or I took the Polaroid and just didn't realize it. It was probably one of those. No, screw your pageant boy. Fortunately, I record the MP4s, so there's no way for me to like pause this recording and go look at it and then unpause it. So I'm just going to have to wait. I knew that you were going to do that the second that you stopped. So there goes our Devil Deal, unfortunately. Yeah, well, that could be a reroll target for the D6. We could go Angel Deals here because, like, obviously we're playing as Isaac. And we have the D-Sizzle. But I really wanted Angel Deals. Or I really wanted Devil Deals with the D6. Angel Deals are just, they're just dead, man. Like, they're just not... They haven't been performing lately. Getting lots of rings of protection, getting lots of just... nothing burgers of items in there, and Devil Deals lately anyway have been doing very well. Get Deadeye again, which I'm very happy about. Been almost a week since we had Deadeye. Maybe a little bit over a week at this point. I don't remember. Look, I can't even remember how we ended that last episode, and this is still the same video, okay? I'm still trying to figure out what happened. I think I took the Polaroid thinking it was the negative, and then obviously we went down to Shoal, which means that you cannot progress without having the negatives, and that's the reason why that run ended. Didn't mean to buy that Soul Heart, but we did anyway. Deep Pockets wouldn't be too terrible here, but obviously, again, assuming that we don't get a Devil Deal, which we probably won't, our reroll target is actually in the Curse Room with Curse the Tower. Now, we also have the option to weigh here with the Sacrum Shuffle, but we simply do not have enough HP to do so. Got plenty of bombs, though. Deadeye is going to give us an ever-increasing amount of damage based on how accurate we are, and it doesn't hinge off of us killing stuff like Lusty Blood does. It just hinges off of us hitting things, not missing. You notice our damage went down by a whole lot there. It's because I missed that last fly. Now, we have sticky bombs, so I do have to be careful when I lay them, because if something is charging at us, they will charge that bomb right into us. Speedball. And yeah. I'm not taking experimental treatment. Curse the Labyrinth, after we missed our floor 2 Devil Deal, is about the worst thing that could happen. Because now we potentially, I mean, we're going to get one Devil Deal back, but we've already missed one. And we're missing another one thanks to Curse the XL. So as long as we don't take red heart damage, we're still at least going to get a Devil Deal on this floor. It's just not in the capacity that I wanted to. That's assuming, of course, that I remember how to play this game without taking damage at this point. Okay, so we have a very early reroll here with the finger. Maybe I shouldn't have recorded a second run here. I wasn't going to leave y'all hanging, but like I was kind of on the fence about just like, oh, well, oopsie doopsie, but I always feel guilty whenever something like that happens. Because like there's always that, like, even in the mosh pit, there's always that constituent that think that like, oh, he's just getting out, he's just trying to leave this run early. He did it on purpose. It's like, I don't understand the mentality of you people that think like that. You know, you got to remember, like, the length of videos that I do on any given, not any given day, just any given week is a lot. It's a lot of content. And again, I don't do any editing in these videos at all. It's all just a straight shot, just one take the entire way through. Unless, of course, I have to pause the recording. But even then, there's no editing. And I'm always open to tell you, like, say, hey, I got to pause recording, I got a delivery, or like, you know, there's an earwig that just dropped down on the ground, or, you know, the freaking vulture took my keyboard, you know. But I've never really understood that sort of toxic mentality of people who get upset because some of my runs might be a little bit shorter today than they were the other day. And, you know, and I know that I don't have to explain myself to everybody, but I like to keep everyone just like, hey, honestly, I'm just not feeling it today. Or like this week, like, you know, like last week when worrying about Papa Victa and having the family come in town and stuff. Like, hey, you know what? They're going to be shorter episodes this week. And the people who get upset about that, that always mystifies me. Luckily, like, we don't have that many problems in the comment section anymore. Usually the trash has taken itself out at this point. And either that or people get themselves yeeted for, you know, just being rude or just overly negative or whatever. And but occasionally, like, there'll be people who like have commented for a while just being like, well, short episode today. I guess the paycheck was in order or something like that. It's like, that's not how it works. Like you're missing a grand total of what we average an Isaac episode 45 minutes or so, 50 minutes per episode. And I have one episode that's like 36 minutes long, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh my gosh, this is just such a travesty. He's trying to end these videos early to get that turnover paycheck. I wish it worked like that, brother. I'd be making nothing but YouTube shorts. And that's what I get for talking instead of looking. Somehow we end up getting Parasitoid back, which is that's just indicative of us not restarting the game or anything. The game is remembering that at least. So maybe we'll get Polyphemus again. That'd be nice. But remember how I said, like, as long as we don't take red heart damage, we'll be fine, and like at least we'll get some kind of devil deal. Yeah, I don't know about that anymore. Walking in that spike was about the worst thing that I could have done. Still kind of a little irritated with myself that I even just started this run. Because I really wanted to do a greed run. That would have been fine. We're going to get hit in here. 100%. 100%. That's how close 100% comes to you. Pretty sure that champion was going to end our Eternal Heart. This floor just keeps on going. Just looking for, yep, there it goes. And there goes the devil deal. All right. Just like that. Yeah, I definitely should not have done a second run here. I am regretting this with my entire body. But we got to make it work. I am fully on tilt, though. I am 110% on tilt right now. Sure. At this point, why not? We're not going to get a devil deal. Curse the XL right after getting red heart damaged on the second floor is just the biggest middle finger that the game could have given us. And then on top of that, we're not going to get a devil deal on this floor, so yeah, we'll take Ipecac just because we need some damage. And Ipecac is definitely the answer for that, especially with Deadeye. But obviously, we're going to have to be supremely careful when it comes to our damage. And this is where movement speed and shot speed is very important. Oh my gosh, is that magic mush? Is that a magic mushroom? Now, as ecstatic as I normally would be about magic mush, it still is a very... We have to be cautious with magic mush and Ipecac because that's going to increase the explosion radius of our tiers, meaning that the chance of us hitting ourselves is very high. I am going to go try to find a soul heart because first we need to do a full clear, of course, and secondly we need to go find the shop, which is the only real thing I was looking for in the first place. But Ipecac's going to do an absolute metric butt ton of damage, as you can see right there with Deadeye. 125 damage. We get Black Candle, a little late for that, but better now than never, I suppose. So you don't have to worry about Curse of the XLs anymore, or Curse of the Blinds, or Curse of the Anythings. And with Ipecac, we can also blow our way through doors that we don't want to be in. Alright. Big Mega is Rad Detta. We're going to 4-shot Bighorn here. And yep, there's the completion there. The trifecta, 0 devil deals. Hey, you can't say I didn't say it was going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. The writing was on the wall. This is the reason why I took Ipecac. The Empress card here. Now, rooms like this is where you really need to have a lot of discipline with your shots, because it's very, very, very easy to end up one-tapping, not one-tapping, but, you know, doming yourself here with Ipecac. Doing so much damage, too, with it, too. 2 with it, too. Oh, that's not what I wanted you to do, Isaac. I was hoping that Ipecac was going to make a land bridge, but do it this way. Probably didn't have to consume that charge key there because obviously we've got the de-sizzle, but go see what our devil deal is, assuming that we don't lose this black heart at this point. I don't even know, man. Wow, we are chunking them down though. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get a devil deal. We get an HP upgrade. Survey says, wow, it almost screwed us actually, because it put the door in the wrong area. Yeah, we will take the mark. We will not take Eye of the Occult. You know what? I'm just gonna head on down. I'm just gonna do it. It would be nice to get Eye of Occult for Leviathan, because flying is very, very, very important when you have Ipecac. But having Eye of Occult with Ipecac is a recipe for disaster. Especially when you're like me and you just incessantly just shoot all the time. Even when I'm like, hey, stop shooting. Yeah, we're gonna need all the HP that we can in this run. See, it's rooms like these where we just get destroyed because we have Ipecac. Which is why I normally don't take Ipecac, but yeah, desperate times, etc., etc. There's nothing I can do. It is the very antithesis of a good Ipecac run. Or room, I should say. And we're just gonna keep getting them. Yep. Yep. We are on fire today. Thank you. Again, at this point, we need all the HP we can get. Because we are not going to get a single devil deal for the rest of this run. Pretty much guaranteed. Get an Emperor card. I'm saving this Emperor card all the way to the end. And I'm going to make sure that I know which one I'm taking in terms of the Polaroid or the negative. Take the heart. That's all I care about. Okay. Saw the poison damage there kick in on the host, despite them not actually opening up their hats. And that's because the poison of the Ipecac is actually quite powerful. It does scale with your damage, so it's going to smoke a lot of things out there. And like that spider just did to itself. I know the secret room's not south of there, so I don't really care about that. Super secret room can't be in this room. I am going to drop a bomb, see if we can get another soul heart. Okay. Again, we're not going for perfection here. We're just trying to get out of this run alive. Taking the Polaroid. You've taken the Polaroid. I repeat, you've taken the Polaroid. Don't forget. Today's been such a cluster. Like I said, no devil deals. Today's been such a cluster on this episode. Between not remembering about Eden's Blessing yesterday, going in the wrong chest, or not remembering at least which one I took, and then hitting Isaac when I was trying to just do a greed run is that's peak right there. That's when you know it's time to go to bed. The curse room for free here, kind of. No, I'm not gonna play this. I'm not gonna play this game. Okay, so we have an item pedestal in the secret room. And we have the D6, which means you know what that means. We're gonna be rolling that one until the day is long here. So Steam Sale turns into Forget Me Now, which I cannot think of an item in this game that I am not touching more right now than that. Unfortunately, Magic Mush makes it a little bit difficult to see where your hitbox is. It's because it does give Isaac a bigger sprite. All right. Here's the western side of the map, everybody. I don't know how that one went right over the edge of that. I'm not going to take that Soul Heart just because, again, at this point, we're in survival mode. We just got to outlast this run. So I will take that Soul Heart when we're ready to go to the next floor. Trying to get these long arcing shots of Ipecac. You're not trying to hit your tier on the target. You're trying to collide it with... You're trying to collide your tier while it's in the air, the target on the ground. That makes sense? Like, wherever your tier would intercept it, if it was, like, just rolling on the ground, that's where you want to be aiming for. Now, Echo Chamber is interesting here with the Emperor card because that would... If we end up getting consumables, that would allow us to go straight to the boss room for the foreseeable, the rest of these floors. Because we have Scarred Womb 1, 2, Cathedral, Chest. Yeah, it would stick around, I believe, for the entirety of this run. This is a exercise in dodging here. Okay, also an exercise in seeing what every map looks like, of course, but that's just our everyday around here. All right. So, if we can get... I don't remember if the new Echo Chamber is 3 or 4 floors. I think it might be 3. Not floors, but uses. The question is, do we go take Echo Chamber in hopes that we find another consumable? Another heart, thank God for that. This is just raw damage. I want HP. Guess I'll take movement speed. The only danger here is that we don't, if we use the Emperor card on the next floor, for example, then we are at the mercy of taking pills. But it would allow us to have the quickest path out of here. So Echo Chamber is going to be the last 3. Yeah, so we wouldn't be able to use the Emperor card here, but we could use it on the Womb 2. Womb 2, Cathedral, and the chest. That would take us to Blue Baby. So we basically would need to find 2 more consumables between now and the chest. And I'm gonna go with that Gambit here. Just go straight to Mom's heart, where it lives. Okay. The tricky part's over. Now we just blast Mom's heart here and try not to get hit. There we go. No, I don't even care about the Devil Deal. The Devil Deal is non-existent at this point. We need every ounce of HP. Okay, so if we can get a non-teleport card or a pill, I will take a pill if it means that we get to go to Isaac. And then we just have to take one more in the chest. And it's all gravy. But what we need to do is if we do find it, if we, like, hypothetically, let's say that we find 2 pills, we need to take one now, go to Isaac, and then work our way back to pick up the other chest. Or the other chest, other pill. Yeah, it's time. It's definitely lunchtime. I have no idea where this Cubone is, but apparently there's still something else alive over there. Another Cubone. Get some Kobe shots. Okay, so gonna take that. We are going to get our luck up and go straight to Isaac. So now we have to find another consumable on this floor and then bring that to the chest, and then we're home free. On this very, like, admittedly super scuffed episode, and I apologize about that. Not only for the goofiness that was whatever that the ending of that last episode was, but the sort of crazy, unhinged nature of this run. Okay, we'll take that as soon as we are ready to go. Obviously, I don't want to waste it. And I will go back only as far as we've cleared to. I'm not going to go clear anymore after this. We just need one singular card or a pill game. No, tarot card or a pill. Preferably tarot card that doesn't teleport us. I think that works. I think Soul of Maggie, I think that will work for us. All right. Fantastic stuff there. We get Backstabber. Sure, I'm not taking Tiny Planet. And yeah, I'm just going to use our Emperor card. So that gamble definitely paid off. And again, I personally apologize for this episode, everyone. It was scuffed top to bottom. But you know what? I still had fun either way. So thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for putting up with whatever the hell this episode was. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you click the like button and leave a comment down below. Of course, make sure you're asking your daily questions here for the question of the episode. And one final time, congrats to Dry Painting for the lovely wedding picture. Thank you very much for sharing it with me. Sorry it was used on such a weird episode, but hey, you know what? It's memorable nonetheless. So thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. As always, I'm going to see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. I think it's time for nap. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Hunter Douglas, Lurie Cuneo, and Blue Shine. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.